Yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. I was just saying earlier, like we're trying to just keep our emotions, controlled. Obviously, it's a big rivalry, and everybody's like looking forward to that. But it's just, to us, we have to look at it as the first game of the season, and we can't let all the big hype, surround everything and make us do things we don't want to do. Obviously, I wasn't at the bowl game, but stuff like that happens at the bowl game, when tensions go high. So the best we can do is just go in like it's, every other game, first game of the season. So looking forward to it.
You love to stop the run. I know it's most safeties like playing the pass. I'm sure you do too. But do you kind of get excited when there's a running quarterback? There's a chance to maybe hit him in the flats sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's what you look forward to. I think just playing football, from a young age to even now, is just being able to get their quarterback out of the game is a big thing. And like, if you can get to number two, that's the best way to win the game. You know, what I mean, that's what has to happen. That's what has to happen.
What's I was gonna say, what impressed you about C.J. Bailey? Watching the tape and everything.
Yeah, it's not necessarily just C.J. Bailey when it comes to like watching state. I think they're very very balanced in what they do, and they're not really great at like exactly one thing. So we can't necessarily pack the box or send people deep. You just gotta play a balanced defense, and our faith is in Coach Aldridge and the staff, and put us in the best situation as possible. But yeah, I mean, C.J. is very talented, and obviously from year one to year two, you're gonna see the biggest growth because that's usually where you see it. But I mean, we look forward to a challenge. Hopefully, he comes out and he's a Heisman contender, and we can just shut him down.
When you come into this year, a lot of new parts on the defense. What do you think the most important thing as far as team chemistry wise will be on Thursday?
I would say the biggest thing, team chemistry wise, is just being able to communicate and really just understand each other. Because there's going to be bad things that happen. There's going to be great things that happen. But during those bad things that happen, you got to be able to lock in and get those fixed, not within the sidelines or a timeout. You got to get it fixed within 5 seconds between each play. And if they go tempo, we got to be able to lock in, look at each other in the eyes, and like know that I have your back.
You got a chance to have plays called under both of those guys, Harold and Aldridge. I mean, there were some differences that you see, or some similarities that you see out there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely similarities is just the intensity that they bring, and I think that you need to have that when it comes to being a defensive coach. And that's a good thing, not only just like for me being the type of guy I am, but just as a defense, you want to have that intensity and that like swagger to you. So I think that's one thing that Coach Aldridge brings that Coach Harrell has kept going with, is just bringing the intensity and the swagger to you on defense.
When you put your ECU gear on Saturday or Thursday, excuse me, I don't know, you're gonna feel an extra emotion there, getting back into the colors you feel like you kind of belong in.
Yeah, I mean, like I would lie if I didn't say that I don't feel that every practice. You know what I mean? Like just seeing the purple and gold, kind of just gets me I'm gonna get chills. You know what I mean? But any helmet is gonna be fine. It doesn't matter what helmet I have. I'm gonna go out there and play, to the best ability I have. But wearing the purple and gold, it just gives you an extra fire.
Do you kind of go in knowing they're probably going to have some wrinkles? It's game one, it's a new OC. You kind of hit on earlier, but they hit you with a big play. It's like, all right, they got us. Let's just focus back.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to get hit with big plays almost every game. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be some beater that they're going to have. And with Coach Sims that they have, who was an analyst here, who now is working over there, like he knows our defense or our old defense, and how we operate as a program. So there's going to be things that happen, but like I said earlier, like we just got to be able to shake things off, get to the next play. Not everything's going to be perfect, we know that, but being able to just be level-headed throughout the whole game is going to be great for us.
You mentioned controlling the emotions. Obviously, you got to focus on yourself, and you don't want to be too preoccupied post snap, or you feel kind of like you have to be the moderator out there, being
Right.
the older guy on the defense if you do see something going down.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that is good during practice is that we're able to like chirp back and forth to each other, but then, I think that it's been shown that you can just lock in right after the snap, and I don't think that being the older guy that I need to really step in anymore. I think that like early in camp, it was shown that like you got to be able to lock in, or like you're not going to get the play call, or stuff like that. But I think everybody got the message. I don't think that like I need to necessarily step in at this point and take charge of every little detail what's going on right now. I think that everybody really like is buckle up their shoes and know that that's game time.
With a quarterback like that, showing different looks and changing up a little bit is important. What kind of things have you guys been practicing on as far as getting that different looks at him?
Yeah, I mean, you really want to practice, kind of the same way, no matter what the quarterback is, and no matter what look you get. And I think that having Caton and Mike, having two of those experienced quarterbacks actually help you during practice, because when both of them are in, or one or the other, it's just you gotta kind of switch up your thinking when it comes to like a running quarterback or like just a true passing quarterback, and extra fitters and not having extra fitters. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it, but I think that we've had a ton of experience throughout practice that we've had to like get us ready. Good.
Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you.